I remember the evening with an odd kind of clarity, the way you remember moments that did not explode, but quietly rearranged something inside you. The restaurant was louder than I expected. Not chaotic, just saturated with celebration, glasses touching. Laughter layered over music that tried too hard to be elegant. My sister-in-law had chosen the place with theatrical precision. Everything about her events carried that faint sense of staging, as if life were most meaningful when observed. By the time the bill began its slow orbit around the table, the mood had shifted into that familiar family ritual: exaggerated generosity, playful competition, the performance of affection through payment. It had always amused me once. That night it felt heavier. Someone announced the total. 265,000. There was a collective intake of breath, followed by laughter that was meant to soften the number. My sister-in-law leaned back in her chair, smiling with that polished brightness she wore when attention gathered. "Brother," she said, loud enough for neighboring tables to hear, "show everyone how you love your sister." It was framed as a joke. It always was. People turned toward my husband with anticipation, as if this were part of the evening's entertainment. He smiled, proud, slightly flushed, enjoying the role he had been assigned. Without hesitation, he reached for my clutch. That small gesture carried years inside it. He did not ask. He never did in moments like this. It had long ago become an unspoken assumption: my bag, his access, our resources merged into a single, convenient symbol of unity, a marriage distilled into leather and a credit card. I did not stop him. Not because I agreed. Because I had already decided something earlier. While they had been arranging flowers and adjusting seating, I had stepped aside and spoken quietly with the reception manager. The exchange had been simple, almost disappointingly ordinary. No drama. No secrecy beyond the practical. Yes, I would like to settle the bill in advance. Yes, the entire amount. Yes, now. The manager had nodded with professional neutrality, processed the payment, and handed me the confirmation slip. No intrigue, no raised eyebrows. Just a transaction filed and forgotten. Afterward, I had removed my card from the clutch and placed something else inside. A folded city map. An old one we had once used years ago, edges softened by handling. It had lived in a drawer, tucked among forgotten things, brochures from trips postponed, itineraries never realized. I had no elaborate intention for it. Only a quiet impulse that felt strangely appropriate. At the table, my husband opened the clutch with easy confidence. His hand paused. He frowned slightly, fingers searching again, as if the card might simply be hiding. Then he drew out the map, unfolding it with visible confusion. The laughter came first, polite, uncertain. "What is this?" someone asked. For a moment, the entire scene hovered in an awkward suspension. My sister-in-law's smile tightened, recalibrating. My husband looked at me, genuinely puzzled rather than accusatory. And then the manager appeared beside the table. Not summoned, not dramatic, just present, holding the small leather folder that traditionally carried financial conclusions. "Excuse me," he said, voice calm, unmistakably official in its neutrality. "The bill has already been settled." Silence is a physical thing when it lands in a crowded room. My husband blinked. "Settled?" "Yes, sir. Earlier this evening." The manager inclined his head slightly toward me, not deferential, not revealing anything beyond fact. Understanding moved across the table in slow, uneven waves.
"Oh, I see."
Well, no one quite knew where to look. The spectacle had dissolved without resistance, leaving only the faint discomfort of a performance denied its climax. My sister-in-law laughed again, softer now, searching for a tone that might restore equilibrium. Well, that was efficient. My husband still held the map. He glanced at it, then at me. There was no anger in his expression. Something closer to recalculation, perhaps even a hint of unease. Not because of the money. Because of the unfamiliarity of the gesture. I had not challenged him, I had simply removed the stage. Conversation resumed, though it no longer flowed with the same ease. The evening continued, Desserts ordered, toasts completed, photographs taken. Nothing visibly ruined. Nothing dramatically altered. But something had shifted, quietly and without announcement. Later in the car, he placed the map between us on the console. "You planned this," he said.
Yes.
Another silence, thinner this time. He nodded once, eyes on the windshield. Not triumphant, not defeated. Just thoughtful, as if encountering a version of me he had not fully accounted for. Outside, the city lights blurred past, indifferent witnesses to small domestic revolutions. I did not feel victorious. Only steadier, and for the first time in a long while, unmistakably present inside my own dignity.